This video tutorial will equip you with the necessary information and skills to fulfill your duties as a proctor.
Who are the school test coordinators? Principals, vice principals, and guidance directors. At Mendham High School, this is Mike Mattias, Janice Slover, Tim Reimer, and John McGoldrick. And at Central High School, it's Steve Ryan, Ed Braun, Ann Marr, and Matt Ferrari.
A test administrator is an individual at the school who is ultimately responsible for administering the assessment. They must be a certified teacher. They will be responsible for resuming sessions and managing the dashboard in Pearson Access Next. A proctor is an individual who may be called upon to help monitor a testing session under the supervision of the test administrator. Proctors can handle non-secure things such as tissues, headphones, and testing tickets. They are essentially a runner for the test administrator. The primary responsibilities of all proctors include assisting the test administrator with attendance, establishing a secure testing environment, passing out tickets with login information, assisting students as needed with login, circulating the room and maintaining test security, assisting the test administrator with collection of materials, which includes tickets and scratch paper. Only one student during a testing session may leave at a time to use the restroom. Do not log the student out. Instead, tape a piece of paper over their computer screen. This is what a testing ticket will look like. Pay particular attention to the session name and also the username and password, as that is what you or the student will enter to log into the TestNav app. Test administrators and coordinators will have their laptop to administer the test, a cell phone, Google Chat enabled on their laptop and phone to contact other test coordinators, test administrators, and Bob Beers and Sean Beavers, and their login for Pearson Access Next. If a student is absent during the test, test administrators must fill out the online forms that are linked in this presentation. Notice that there are separate forms for West Morris Mendham and West Morris Central. All the manuals and forms and training materials available are on the Pearson Avocet website, which is also linked in this presentation. What is TestNav? TestNav is the application that is available for Chromebooks and PC desktops for administering the PARCC test. Students will no longer click the shortcut to the browser-based testing environment and will instead use the TestNav application across all devices in the district this year. What are accessibility features? Accessibility features are tools or preferences that are either built into the assessment system or provided externally by test administrators. Accessibility features can be used by any student taking the PARCC assessments. A small selection of accessibility features available to all students need to be identified in advance. These can include the ability to enlarge text, read text one line at a time, the ability to use note cards, and also the choice eliminator. What is a unit? Each subject or session of the PARCC assessments is comprised of units. Units must be administered in sequential order, with the exception of makeup testing. What is a session? A session includes all of the units for a subject and may be scheduled across one or more days. Sessions are scheduled by subject and the group of students testing that subject together, as set up in Pearson Access Next for computer-based testing. Of note, pay particular attention to the testing time for each scheduled testing session.
Logins for NON Chromebooks, which includes PC laptops and desktops, will be test taker with a password of PARCC 2017. Please remember that the T in test taker is capitalized, as is the P in PARCC.
All proctors, test administrators, and test coordinators, and anyone who is involved in the PARCC testing must sign the security agreement. Please make sure to sign your security agreement at your earliest convenience.
Remember when signing into a Windows desktop that the password and username is test taker with a capital T and PARCC 2017 with a capital P.
This user has been specifically set up for the TestNav application. Once signed in to the Windows machine, you will click the TestNav shortcut on the desktop and you or the student will sign in with their assigned username and password provided on the testing ticket. In terms of cell phone use, test administrators can use. Proctors should only use their cell phone in case of emergency. Students may not use their cell phone at any time during the testing and must turn them off and store them in a provided bin. All Chromebooks and PC desktops will be configured with the TestNav application. Teacher laptops will have a shortcut to Pearson Access Next.
If you need technology assistance, please seek out Mike, Jamie, Frank, April, or Steve, and they'll be able to help you with any technology issues that may arise.
PARCC testing signs will be placed on all PARCC testing locations and should be taped to the door prior to the beginning of testing. Headphones will be available for all students as they will be needed for the ELA tests for 9th, 10th, and 11th grade, but are only used for accommodations during the Algebra 1, 2, and Geometry tests. Students may use their own, but we have enough headphones for all students, and the advantage of our headphones are that they muffle the sound. If a student happens to finish early, and after all secure test materials have been collected from that student, they may read a recreational book if they have one available.
Please make sure to clear classrooms of all instructional displays or any materials that might help students during the PARCC test. Rooms that will be utilized at West Morris-Benham High School include LGA 1, 2, and 3, the entire library, small gym, and auditorium. At West Morris Central High School, we'll be using the entire library, the small gym, wrestling room, A143, and F129. Rooms are subject to change, and individuals will be notified.
Remember that Control F is your friend. If you're trying to find a particular piece of information within a Pearson PARCC document or on the Pearson Access Next website, hit Control F on a PC or Command F on a Mac to search that page. Know that tests will not time out. Test administrators must mark tests as complete, and the LEA will submit tests at the end of the testing month. Please familiarize yourself with the different student test statuses. These will appear within Pearson Access Next. Proctors will not directly be viewing these different statuses, but it is still good to know which each status means. Calculators. For high school students, they may use a graphing calculator with functionalities that are consistent with the TI-84 or a similar model. Each student will be provided with a math reference sheet, and these need to be collected and shredded at the end of the testing session. Students must put their name on this math reference sheet. Remember to collect all testing tickets at the end of the session and all scrap and math reference materials as well, and these must have the names of the students on the top of each piece of paper. Thank you for participating in the Proctor preparation training, and if you have any questions or comments, please direct them to Sean Beavers or Bob Beers, and if you need to rewatch this video, it will be available on the PARCC training website. Thank you.